Good afternoon. I'm Daniel Miller, and this is Destiny Academy, supporting Mind Charity UK. A warm welcome to all of our friends, fans, community members, participants, and everyone who's watching us here today on the channel. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being our dedicated community members. I've had already a couple of streams today, and I'm sure everyone who was here on Twitch from our Destiny community would have seen that I'm delivering my streams in a somewhat different format. So initially we had gaming news, and that was quite well received. In fact, a few people sent me messages saying that they quite like the new idea and the new sort of structure and the concept which are part of the channel. And then after that, we did have a podcast, which previously would have been included here on my stream. As you remember, I would have like up to 90 minutes where I would discuss various gaming industry related issues and various other bits of news and niceties that I would have come across. And I decided to do this differently. So news and podcasting are now separate streams, and they're delivered on my PC and on my laptop. I'm no longer having them as part of this framework here. And just bear with me, I keep getting some sounds from somewhere. I need to see where that's coming from. Well, I have to apologize, but first of all, I need to tell you I've had a lengthy day, and I'm still trying to really catch up with all the tech and everything else that keeps coming my way, and it is quite difficult, but I'm happy with the results. The first day has gone extremely well, and technically everything worked. There've been no hiccups, glitches, or mishaps, and that's thanks to our tests which we had conducted during last week. Some of that was also done with our community members. So I'm very, very grateful to everyone who actually had to help me to tweak and fine-tune my system. And I had actually spent a lot of time on my laptop trying to get the voice, audio, and other settings right. I think they're just about to be right. The early session had some problems with the background music, but I corrected that. The problem I have is when you have several audio tracks streamed, then it does affect your voice and the way it is delivered. And in fact, I tested it today on the stream live, and I could see that sometimes it was kind of going up and down, like kind of dropping. And I don't have a big professional studio where I can broadcast from, and therefore I have to really be happy with all that is made possible thanks to the advancements in technology. But it does have some some problems which are experienced by everyone who does this home-based stream. So far so good. Anyway, without further ado, how is everybody? Let's see who's here. Are we having any of our regulars? Is Gail here, or Zenith, or anyone else? Sekapupu. If you guys are down there, just give us a shout and type us a message. I've got to say, I've not been broadcasting of late, and you will know that that's due to my father's illness. He has been very ill of late, and I spent almost 8 months delivering primary care to him. He is 91, and he's suffering from various illnesses that are linked to that advanced age. So it has been very, very heavily taxing on my health and on my abilities. Unfortunately, halfway through that period, I also developed sciatica, which turned me into a person who was completely immobile. I was literally in bed and medicated and almost wheelchair bound. I couldn't even walk to the doctors or to the local calf and Tesco's because of the pain and immobility. So I'm still rehabilitating, and I'm still trying to get my health back on track, and that's kind of progressing slowly but surely. And today's been a very long day, I have to say. I did start out very early, and there was a lot of preparation for the news and the podcast, and it'll take me a few days to just come up with a structure that really works out fine. And the game streams will take place earlier in the day than tonight or this afternoon. And it's just a question of really trying it and establishing the structure and the system that will perfectly work. And as I said, I listened to myself a bit on podcast, and I could tell that there has been no broadcasting of late. I'm a bit rusty, and some of the words are used and some of the things are said were not as smooth as always. And that's something that comes together with getting back on track and the practice and all that. So we talked a lot today in the podcast about the news which are linked to Destiny. And also I introduced the changes here that apply to the channel. Most notably, this channel is now strongly aligned with charitable fundraising. So presently I'm supporting a British-based charity called Mind, and this is a charity that helps people with mental health issues and people experiencing emotional pressure or any other form of psychological difficulty. And I'm trying to raise the revenue for the charity. We have a target of 500, and if you go to my About page, you'll be able to see the panels in there directing you to Tiltify and to the links that enable donations. And like I said many times, this community of Destiny gamers and people who play other video games, inclusive of Warzone, Apex, and any other Mass Effect, are all here to be helping others. And that means within the world of video gaming as well as elsewhere. And in Britain, we have many charities that help people with disabilities and various health problems. And Mind is one of those that's been spearheading the effort for many, many years. And it has been here in order to support those who are most vulnerable, people suffering from mental illness in particular. And I personally had liaised and worked with Mind in the past, as I had been involved with 3 major charities in Britain. I'm a senior mental health professional and have been in the field for very many years, so I know what this is like. And I always want to just highlight to everyone how important it is to realize that even the smallest contribution of £1 which you donate to a charity will actually contribute to the change, and it will save someone's life. Charitable donations are based on the numbers. It's not the quantity that one person gives, but it's more like the numbers of people who are donating. And I remember a few times we were doing charitable collections at various London railway stations, the big ones like Paddington and King's Cross and Euston. And you have many, many people travelling to those stations every single day. It was just absolutely astonishing to see how many of those people would donate £1 and put them in the tin, which is then delivered to the charity for which the fundraiser is run. And it's absolutely astonishing. It was many, many years ago when I've done that, and I realized it is all about the numbers of people who are wanting to help. It doesn't have to be huge amounts, but just a small contribution will make a huge amount of difference. So just think about it. If you have a relative, a friend or family member who is experiencing that sort of difficulty, how important it is for them not to feel isolated and alone. So on one hand, we provide a forum in here for people to get in and to join forces with others, to play games together, to talk, to unleash the forces against the evils in Destiny world. On the other hand, we are supporting charities and we are fundraising, which means we're also wanting to help others who are not here with us in our online gaming community. So just remember that whenever you come here, read the channel rules and terms and conditions, which will tell you exactly that we are now very closely aligned to various charities and we have to be upholding a certain code of conduct. And the focus of everything is going to be on our community participation, and the membership of our community has always been terrific. Many Destiny veterans gravitated to the Urban Miller channel because they knew that in here there would be always a group of people who are able to listen to others, to discuss things related to Destiny and other video games, and also a group of people who are prepared to help and support. So that's the backbone of what we do here. It doesn't matter what game we play. We can play Warzone, we can play Apex. We want to be doing exactly the same thing, which means we want to be helping other people. We want to be supportive, we want to be attentive, we want to be kind, we want to be promoting ethical gaming, and we want to be supporting our charities. So just please remember, if you're coming to our community, what is essential is to be subscribing, to be supporting, and then to be donating. And by doing so, you are going to be supporting our charities. So I put it like this: subscribe, support, donate, and help our charities. So that's the creed of the channel. All right, so these are the changes. And if you listen to my podcast and my news today, you know that everyone is talking about Stellar Blade. And this beautiful game had been released on Friday on PlayStation. So it's PlayStation exclusive. And I'm just very, very curious. I have not played the game yet, but I watched some of my colleagues' streams. And Mika from Sweden, who is an RPG big streamer, she had been playing Stellar Blade throughout the weekend, lengthy streams for 10 hours, and I just loved what I've seen. It just seemed like really, really amazing. Incredible monsters, terrible bosses, beautifully designed, and also the lead character. She's so kind of beautifully created. You have incredible characters emerging in that mysterious landscape, and you watch some of the streams and you really want to jump in, you really want to find out what is actually going on and what the story is like. So anyway, a game that's been massively embraced and obviously very, very popular worldwide within the first 3 days of its launch. Huge sales, and no surprise really. And if you're interested in controversies which are linked to the title and to the launch, then just go back to that podcast, the news that I've done early in the day, and you will hear all about it. So in the podcast I just finished a little while back, I talked about all the Destiny changes that are going to be applied to this game before the final DLC is launched, and that's the final shape. And you all have got to be learning about some of the changes, because some of them are likely to be slightly controversial, but others will enable newbies and veterans to join forces with ease. And you'll see what all of that is about if you go back to that podcast, which I have just finished. So I won't actually go through the same thing today, but if anyone asks questions in the course of our shorter stream, we are going to be able to answer and provide you with some tips. But without further ado, we'll just step in and we'll crack on with some activities here in Destiny 1. Let me see, what are we going to be doing? I've not really... Let me see what weapons I've got. Imago Loop is great. Darkblade Spite's great. Raised Light is cool, but I prefer Dark Drinker. So let me just put my Dark Drinker on. I also prefer... No, we'll do Void Super, which is preferable. I'll just quickly ignore the loot that is of no use to me. What have I got there? Firewolf Mask. Look at that. Look at this. Isn't that cool? I love that mask. Maybe we'll put that mask on a bit later, but we'll just keep that one in sight. 4400 is what we want to be upholding. What do I do? I think I want to collect some bounties. Not that I really need them, but we'll just go there and do a bit of admin really quickly. And then we persevere with some strikes. Maybe the Crucible in Destiny 1 takes forever, so I think we'll give that a miss. But, strikes will be fine. And if anybody else pops in, then we'll consider maybe some of those pinnacle activities. We'll see. Still, heroic strikes are very enjoyable, and for anyone who is not familiar with Destiny, I guess two games are very, very different. You have this game that has many challenges, and quite a few of those require maximum team effort. The most cherished parts of Destiny 1 are it's for raids, and some of those raids have been recreated in the sequel now, but I think still people resort to doing them here. For those who will need a team of 6 with maximum team effort if you want to complete. But we have been a bit cheeky last year, and a couple of our veterans said, why don't we do some of the raids as a 3-piece? I was not really keen, but I listened to one of our friends, and eventually we were able to complete. I think it was King's Fall, and as a 3-piece. And that's just thanks to our friend who was really a complete expert in doing everything. So let me see whether there is anything with the Postmaster. Yeah, we have so many things. Right. We need to get rid of all of that. Don't need any of it. This all not particularly useful. And then I have all of these. Look at that. Because you never know. Sometimes there may be a piece coming in that will be of assistance, but I really had become quite draconian with my gear and everything else that I do here. I just really discard everything that's not of interest, and I keep exotics and legendaries and the very best ones. Otherwise you just keep hoarding, and that is a major admin nightmare. I don't want any of that, because for the streams, some expanding now on podcasts and news bulletins, it's a major chore doing the admin. And that's what I'm doing at the moment, and that's due to the leftovers, really. That's been left from my last session here, which has been really a while back. All right, so let's see, enough space there for a bit more engrams. Yeah, we'll just do one more and then we'll crack on. Don't want to waste time on admin. Let me see what I've got. Cryptodengram. I guess one thing which is annoying in Destiny 1 is that you cannot be deleting immediately, and you've got to be collecting stuff to delete. So really it is significantly anchoring you down. We can't progress rapidly forward, and that's not really what we want to see. Anyway, that's plenty for now. We'll keep some of those there, delete them some other time. I want to pick up some bounties. Let's see. Go to Katie. And what has he got? Siva. Siva, and Siva. Venus, no. Kills without dying. Killing sprees, and that's about it. That's plenty. And we'll see whether we can spend some money. There is a lot of money in there. And we don't want to be just... Let me see. Test field weapons. Not that I really need Armalon, but okay, we'll take the hacky. Just, Until next time. And then let me see. There is something with our friends here. I think there will be some engrams. Oh no, I got some money. Okay.
I was fond of that one.
Bone Crusher and Eon Tracer. Got both of these, so we'll just get rid of that. We don't really need any of it. And Bone Crusher. Machine gun. Nemesis, which is a lot better. I don't want it. Okay, so what we usually do, my friends, and you will be familiar with this if you've been here with us before, we have a good look at the view. We think of the loved ones before we depart for battle. And guess what? The battle is just about to begin. I'm quite happy with how things went today. You know, I was a bit worried that something would backfire, but I did really test the equipment quite a bit, and I think the system I have now for podcasting is working. It's fine, and I still want to work out a system to which I can be giving you some video clips and trailers and that sort of thing, and that will be the next step. But for anyone who loves Destiny, you can go back to the podcast, and I have a slideshow of 50 absolutely terrific illustrations from the original concept art, and some of those I've never seen before, and really absolutely amazing. And when you watch the slideshow, even if you don't want to listen to me, you just switch myself off and just watch the slideshow, you'll get a very good impression on what Destiny was like right at the beginning, or what Destiny was to be, because you'll see that there are lots of different items and characters on those pictures that never ever materialized in the final product, and that gives you a very good picture of the overall evolution of the game. I love concept art, and as a huge fan of graphic novels, I always collect such pictures and adore exploring those worlds and connecting sometimes with those early works, because illustrators that are being brought into the storyboarding, they'll have certain ideas, and then the producers and the director and everyone else on the team will perhaps take a different direction, or sometimes they'll follow them close to the letter. It depends. I really like the concept art which was introduced for Guardians and the armor, and you will see similarities and differences there, as well as some locations. Well, I really regret that big huge frog, which was one of the kind of most loved items on those pictures from the early days, had never fully materialized, and I don't know why. Do you know why? If anybody does know, just let me know. And I've got that frog, I think, on the slides. If not, I'll post it elsewhere on my Twitter. It's just it'd be so funny to see that massive big frog leaping. I guess maybe they resorted to these monsters and bosses that are completely alien to humankind, and that might be the reason. But still, it just looks cool. And if you go there, you'll be able to find out what Destiny looked like during its very, very initial stages. So for anyone who's new, what we do is we go to strikes. It's Vanguard in here, and then you go for Sivas. Sivas are the most difficult of the four. You have standard strikes. This is some strikes from Taken War, one of the DLCs. Then you have Vanguard Legacy, and these are less difficult, and Siva Crisis, and this is Siva Crisis Heroic. So generally, I'll go for Siva Crisis Heroic, and the light level in here is 350, which I think is probably the highest, or that's the hardest that we can get. We need to see what the mods are. Catapult, so we have Grenade Recharge Rate, which is increased. We have Chaff, no radar, so you need to know where you're going. Arc Burn, arc damage from any sources greatly increased, and then you have Heroic, and enemies will appear in great numbers and will be very aggressive. Right, so let's see. Also, I need to tell you that my stream is today on PlayStation 5. And it is PlayStation 5 that I'm indeed testing today with this stream. So I think all is looking really good. I'm really happy about the way this is sort of coming across. You will also notice that compared to the old, the picture quality and I guess the quality of my audio is somewhat superior. And that is a huge relief after so many years of war that I did have with my mobile and landline operators. I was able to capitalize on a better fast internet connection. So we are massively enhanced. And I'm curious to see what picture quality we are going to be getting on PlayStation 5, because it's, fast processing power and everything else. So I'm very, very curious. This is the first stream of Destiny 1 on PlayStation 5. previously we were using PlayStation 4, that was very good, but I can certainly tell you from everything experienced so far on this console, the new one is much, much superior. I had a message since I podcasted asking me about the games I played of late. I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. It's quite a list. And some I completed in full. Hellblade being one of them, The Quarry being the other. A bit rusty, right? Need to go in here. Where are our friends? Okay. Sand Peach is in here. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Sand Peach says, I really missed the game. Well, you know, you can always join us here. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. Didn't see the pop-up here on my PS. I don't know why. There we are. It's going to be hot as we approach. Sand Peach, how are you? How are you doing? Are you also a Destiny veteran? You've been here for a long while. Yeah, I need some ammunition for my heavy, because with that dark drink I just rock everywhere. Hi Sand Peach, whereabouts are you? Right, so that's been sorted. One exotic and no, some materials. More not particularly useful. Mind you, better than nothing, right? Supercharged. Okay. I'm miscued, I think, right? Yeah. Upgrade unlocked on my cloak. Our friend Sand Peach says, I really would love to join you, but I don't have a PlayStation. Why is that? I don't see the chat on my screen. Because yesterday I could see it. Need to double check what's going on. Sorry to see that. And, you know, I had lots of problems with my internet connection, and therefore I couldn't easily stream. And that's been a major bother to me. And also it's been a big problem with Xbox, because Xbox integrated Twitch onto their menu, and ever since they did that, the quality of the streams have gone downhill. So I can't stream off Xbox. I can do it from my PC or indeed here on PlayStation. And the reason why I've got the new PlayStation is all to do with that. And I can certainly tell you, PlayStation 5 is an amazing console. I mean, you know, it's on the same level like Xbox Series S and X. Well, this is a difficult strike. I mean, you know, we've got plenty of enemies and it's really hectic. So, super. Okay, let's go up there and use my super on them. Our friend got killed. We need to help him. There we are, friend. You are being revived. That's it. Yeah, let's carry on. What other games do you play, sir? Is it Destiny 1 and 2 or any other games? You obviously played it on either, well, you played it on console, right? Either on Xbox or on PlayStation. I don't think it's still released on PC. Or am I mistaken? Destiny 2 is, but... yeah, I played it on Xbox and PlayStation extensively. Oh, there he is, look at him. I haven't got any heavy ammunition, look at this. Finally. I nearly got killed. Spell the Vex. So, Sandpeach. Sandpeach says, I used to play Destiny 2 on Xbox and still play it, just not as much as I used to. So what do you play today? What are your favorites? I'm curious. I talked earlier today about the dropout rate amongst the veterans. So lots of people who do not want to be playing Destiny anymore because they find it to be very repetitive and grindy and maybe not getting the best loot. But I introduced the changes that are coming our way to everyone earlier today in my podcast. And hope that everyone is going to be happy with those changes, you know? And there is a complete overhaul of everything in the sequel, and that comes together with the final shape. Yeah, so my question to our friend Sandpeach is, what games are you playing at the moment? What are your other favorites? Halo, maybe? Mass Effect? Not a good idea to be jumping down there. It was the last one left. Now we're going to have those wizards. Our friend Sandwich says, currently I'm playing Warframe. You know, Warframe has been on the top of my list already for a few years. And I've heard that Warframe is very similar to Destiny and also fairly grindy. But I've not played it yet. And I need to download it, and I will download it here on PlayStation 5. I remember watching some trailers, and the graphics were just out of this world. You know, the tricky thing is when you are associated or linked to one of these AAA blockbuster games like Destiny or Elder Scrolls, you tend to stay in the same community, you know? And it's very difficult then to catch up with all the other games which are similar, because you don't have time. Well, that's ridiculous. I should have really revived our friend. It's my fault. You know, I'm reading messages and then helping and assisting, so I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure as to why I'm not getting the chat messages on my screen. And I need to investigate that. I've got my secondary device in here too. Is it still not dead? My friend said he helped, and I'm going to help him immediately. Because that's what I should have done during the last round. Yeah, there he's gone. How many do you have left? What's that gonna do? Where is he? Yeah, I need to get away, because if I do not, I'll be toast.
Nice one. I'll let the Vanguard know the flares are...
Alright, so that's completed. Cool.
If those Scion flayers were tangling with Rasputin, they are way more powerful than we...
What's in the chest?
We better keep
I
an eye on
wonder.
where the Cabal deploy those things. Who knows what their minds can do?
Well, what's annoying is that I'm not getting any exciting loot, because I have all the exotics, you know. Boo. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Well, that was the first round, the first lot of Sealer strikes, and they were hectic. They were busier than expected, I have to admit. Right. Our friend Sam Peach says he's currently doing Warframe. So tell me, what's the similarity with Destiny and what's the difference? I'm curious. Many people said that the similarity was with the characters, the way the game was designed, as well as with lengthy grinds. And lengthy grinds are really not popular if they're not giving you proper rewards, you know? They're just really, serious headache. Yeah, it's been a while since I played Destiny 1 here live on air. Like I said, I was nursing my father, who's very old, and that's the reason why I was not really doing any streams for quite some time, and that's been the lengthiest absence from Twitch ever since I began to stream. So that's the reason, and it's been unexpected, you know. It's been not something I planned for. Plus, that sciatica that's put me in bed and prevented me from having my full mobility. And well, I wouldn't wish it on the worst of enemies, you know. It's really a terrible condition. The nerves in the lower part of your spine get inflamed, and then they affect your legs, particularly your left leg, and then you can't walk. And the pain is just, you know, beyond words. It's so bad. Yeah, we're back to another strike. Very good.
Something has begun to repair the schism torn by its
I think the stream looks really good, actually. I'm watching it on my secondary device, and the picture quality is reasonable, so that's good. It's been a very good day today. I'm really happy and, you know, really enthused by these small victories after many, many battles. There we are. You could see that I belong to the Future War Cult faction, wearing the armor. Some of it. It's just the two-piece. Or is it the three of us? I don't know. Okay. We are doing reasonably well. See that some people are watching the stream here on Twitch. I just want to tell you that this is a stream that is also providing charitable fundraising. I'm raising funds for the Mind charity, a UK-based charity that helps people who are experiencing mental health issues. And any donation, however big or small, will be greatly appreciated by everyone, and most importantly, by people who are suffering from illness. By donating, you are going to be an active contributor and somebody who is involved in the process of saving people's lives. Remember that, it's very important, and it's incredibly rewarding. You know, lots of people ask me, what do you get out of charitable fundraising? Well, that's the greatest reward, which is priceless. There isn't anything like it anywhere in the world that can give you a greater sense of achievement or satisfaction, but the awareness that you actually saved someone's life. Because we have one life. earthly life, that is, if you're religious. So if you're interested in helping out or donating, just go to my panels and then click on one of them and you'll get the link. It's a Tiltify link. Tiltify is a company that provides platforms for charitable fundraising, and what you do get is, you know, the link that basically forwards the funds directly to the charity, so the charity will know exactly at any given time what monies have been raised, and you know, it's just the best possible thing. And also, I think we have the opportunity to be a massive big force that can be changing the world. I mean, the gaming community, the fact that we are so many, and if we are being concentrated on the good or the good causes, then that sort of change can be initiated. Remember that, it's very important. For those of you who are new to the channel, I just want to tell you that we have had a lengthy COVID support group here during the pandemic, and I still get messages from various participants who are so grateful. Oh, there we are, I'm getting the messages now. Warframe is a very grindy game. What I find similar to Destiny is mainly the character abilities. So they also have supers and powers and that sort of thing. But I thought when I watched these videos and some you know, concept art, it looked to me that the characters look similar to Guardians and some of the enemies' hives, and I might be mistaken. Yes, coming back to COVID support group, I still get messages from people who really were very grateful for that degree of assistance during those very, very dark days we had, during the days where our civil liberties were restricted and, you know, we couldn't go anywhere, complete lockdown, and many people from around the world, any corner really, were joining us with our regular streams, daily streams. And there were three streams: Destiny, Warzone, and Apex. Warzone seems to have been doing particularly well during those days. Not exactly sure why, but we had the largest community of gamers attached to it, and a regular crew that was meeting up every single day at the same time, and, you know, doing the matches and the rounds. A very, very supportive group of gamers, all united in one regiment, and they were fantastic experiences. Nobody who joined us would have been feeling isolated or alone, you know, during that time. And just think about it, how many millions of people worldwide were feeling exactly that. Insulated Unit is here. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. How are you? Good evening, Mr. Miller. Well, good evening to you, sir. How are you? Long time no see. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while since I streamed, and like I said, that's due to illness. Both illness of my dad's as well as mine, which I developed during that period when I was looking after him. And just remind me where I need to go to. Up here, yeah, that's right. But I'm back. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing? How is Insulated Unit doing? And our friend Insulated is saying, good, hope you're doing well. Well, I've got to tell you that I am better, but I've not been doing too well with that sciatica. And I was bedbound for quite some time, and you know, doing physiotherapy and swimming and everything just to get better. It's a dreadful illness. And therefore I was not really live on Twitch for some time. That's the main reason. I actually worked out as to why I've not seen the chats. I need to place the window to be down at the bottom rather than to be up there. I've changed from bottom left to top right, and that's not a good idea. So I need to change that. They don't see the messages as they come in immediately. Works really well. Looks like we are kind in the same boat. I'm in the hospital, just had bypass on my right leg, but I'm on the up and ready to go home. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. I came across a gentleman. He was the husband of one of the nurses who was looking after my dad, and he was, you know, a man in his 40s, and he had quadruple bypass surgery and literally had his leg and his torso, you know, adapted to the surgical procedure. That it was quite painful to see, but he actually succeeded, and he had a very good recovery. So I'm hoping that you, of course, will be doing well and will have fast recovery. The things will be as good. I always tell people, you know, particularly if they're youthful and healthy, never ever forget that health is so fragile. One day you are in possession of full health, the next day it all disappears. It's not possible to stress hard enough how important it is to be looking after one's own health, you know? And our friend says, should be going home into this week, should be going to work by the end of... I didn't quite catch the last part of the message. Our friend's up there already. Well, it's good to hear, sir. Good to hear that you are recovering and that you are indeed progressing towards full health and going back to work and everything. That's terrific. Yeah, but you know, just like I said, it is so important for people to realize that maintenance of one's own health is critical, because it can just go away out of the blue, and as you've seen with you know, many well-known people, celebrities that we had recently in Britain, two major shockwaves coming our way from family. I just couldn't believe myself that in 1 week both the King and Prince of Wales were diagnosed with cancerous tissues. It's just unbelievably dreadful to hear that they were at the receiving end of such terrible illnesses. And one also wonders what sort of recovery they'll have and how long it will take them to recover. Oh, I survived. That's amazing. How was I able to survive that? Well, I didn't survive too long. There's too many enemies out there. And our friend Sandpeach says, hope both of you have a safe and speedy recovery. Thank you so much. You're very kind. I absolutely hope that we are going to be able to recover, because you know, it's very, very difficult where 1 minute you can walk and the next minute you are like bedbound, and the worst of all was that pain. I never had sciatica before, you know, and the reason I developed it is that my dad lost his ability to walk at the age of 90, and it was literally in 1 week. One day he'd go to the local marketplace and do his own shopping. The next day he couldn't walk. And he got really, really deeply affected by the whole experience, which meant, you know, loss of his abilities. And he still wanted to do everything as usual, which he was not able to. And that meant he would want to get up at night, go to the loo and, you know, do other things. And this was extremely dangerous because, you know, not being able to walk means you can fall, and you know what happens with other people when they fall. And I spent like 42 nights without proper sleep. Like I slept, but, you know, one eye had to be kept open. And it was just unbelievably taxing on my physical health. I was just really, I mean, I had nosebleeds for the first time in I don't know how many years. And, you know, it's just high blood pressure and everything. And then due to stress, the whole thing with sciatica developed out of the blue. And initially, for about, I'd say 3.5, 4 weeks, it was just like a minor irritation in my left hip. Well, I wouldn't say minor, a substantial irritation. It was really affecting my ability to walk. There wasn't a massive pain. But then out of the blue on the Remembrance Day, I caught a variant of COVID. And then I just plummeted, you know. it just like literally plummeted overnight. And within 24 hours, I couldn't walk. I couldn't get out of bed. I was immobile. I couldn't go to doctors. And thanks to the medication I was prescribed and a very kind doctor of mine, I was able to recover for a period of about 10, 12 weeks. But, you know, initially, the painkillers wouldn't help. And it was down to the anti-inflammation medicine, which I had to be taking. That really helped. Actually, I want to change this weapon. I want to get where's the rocket launcher? Galach 1. Pick up some of that. Yeah, now we're in a business. Oh, no, they're stuck in there. Oh, no. I apologise to our friends who are just in the middle of the battle. I respond to your messages, you know, as soon as possible. 4 rockets in there. Another one. Another one. Come on, quick. No. Yeah, it's a bit like here in Destiny, right? Ah, look at that. He got away. Our friend needs help. I'm helping. I'm coming. There we are. All good. I'll respond to your messages, gents, as soon as we complete the strike. And that's going to be probably fairly soon. Yeah, well, look at that. He's not really taking a lot of damage from me. No, I haven't got any more. Oh. Can only tackle the ads now. Good job that my grenade is recovering and recharging so quickly. Our friend needs help. No, I can't help at the moment. Try to get there as soon as possible. Yeah, there we are. We are being revived. Good job. Come on. Want another grenade ASAP. See what this boss is doing. Hang on. Ah, he got me. Must have been this ad. Precursor Goblin. He must have been... Yeah, he was there to my left. I can see that our friend says, I'm glad you're still playing Destiny. It really makes me happy, says our friend Insulated Unit. And Insulated also says, wow, what a story of survival. Well, yeah, I guess. It's been very difficult, you know. And, you know, the worst thing is, it just happened all out of the blue. I didn't expect to have sciatica or anything of the sort. Oh, come on. This boss is on his last legs. I haven't got any grenades in the Gallant one. Yeah, I'm just gonna respond to our friend. Yeah, hang on. Just want our friend to live. Because if he doesn't... Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. That's good. Well done, boys. Well done, boys. Quite tricky, I have got to say. The boss was really
The Black
taking
Guardian
lots
here.
of hits. No,
But
I
the
don't think I'll
Vex will
use
never
skeleton
cease until
key.
their birthplace is restored. And we must keep it here until
on,
we can understand
jump on
its
that.
origins.
Dance a bit as well. Our friend says, good game. Look at that. This is what sometimes veterans do. Right, I'll just step out for a second so that I can respond to messages. My friend D8 was really rocking in there. Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, thanks for your very kind messages. Really appreciate it. And wanted to elaborate on the question or sub-question there that would have come in. You know, the worst thing is when such illness happens out of the blue and you don't expect it, it just literally appears overnight. And this is what happens to lots of people. Perfectly healthy, and then suddenly out of the blue, there's a serious problem. Therefore, on this channel, I'm always promoting the healthy living and the ways to which anyone, you know, of any age can be maintaining their own health. And that's through a regular, solid lifestyle, regular pattern of sleep, and healthy nutrition, eating high quality or eating high quality food, and paying attention to the daily routine, absence of stress, exercise, the regular exercise, be it in terms of walking, jogging, running, stretching, or swimming, and generally being upbeat and positive about everything in life. Negativity and stress are amongst the worst killers of the modern man, and we always have got to be able to look up and remain upbeat. I mean, I was very affected by my father's illness and also what happened to me, but I never ever would allow to be, you know, overwhelmed by a sense of negativity, and always kind of considered what will be happening the next day. Always looked forward to recovery and doing something that is going to bring benefits to myself, my own health, as well as my dad's. And it had been very difficult, I have to say. As a senior mental health professional, you know, I've seen all sorts of things in life. We'd call it the unwanted, the darker side of life or human existence. But when you have serious illness in your own family, it is affecting you differently, and the way you provide treatment and care is always having, you know, a degree of that kind of how do I put it, emotional impact, you know, emotional impact. That I guess for myself, it was less of that and more of purely physical tiredness. I was extremely physically tired, and if you're not sleeping night after night, then it just literally amalgamates. It's the first time in my life that I would have gone through anything of that sort. I mean, you know, when I worked shifts in crisis intervention, I did have nights which, you know, were disturbed, but then I'd sleep the whole day and work shifts. And in a family environment, there's no shifts, it's just yourself and the patient. And, you know, it's literally 24/7. So it is very heavily taxing and it's very demanding in every way. But what can you do? You know, you will provide the very best for your loved ones, always. And as you've seen on this channel, we're also providing attention and care to everyone who comes here. And presently, I'm also running a charitable campaign for the charity called Mind, a UK-based charity. So, you know, last year we were running also another campaign for Mind, and I had completed the one for Bungie Foundation. And the revenue, which has been generated through many streamers and Destiny veterans, was within the range of $1 million. And that went to St. Jude Hospital for Children. So, you know, it's absolutely fantastically rewarding experience when you know that you contributed to that, and that hospital is one of the major research hospitals in the US, one of the best in the world, that's researching terrible diseases that are plaguing children. So any form of results of the research will be shared with the rest of the medical community worldwide, and it will have a major impact. So, gamers can actually initiate changes and provide these types of wonderful experience to those who actually need it the most. And that is very, very important. Our friend says everything has to be in moderation, right? Today, earlier on my podcast, I talked about that. And, what's the difference between healthy, ethical gaming and the other? It's exactly that. It needs to be measured. It needs to be planned. It needs to be delivered within a structured format. You know when you will be beginning and also when you will be ending. And then you do other things outside of that forum. And I've given several examples of some of the best esports players. We had a major esports tournament for the best female gamers in London. This was a couple of weeks ago. And I was not aware of it, but I've seen a report and a couple of clips on Sky News about this. I was unable to go there personally. And they talked to several of those top-notch female esports players who were doing the World Championship. So, that's the very best there is. And all of them said that the key to success was discipline, stamina, perseverance, dedication, consistency, and moderation. Right? So you do things moderately, which means, our friend says, I'm sorry, my friend, my wife has arrived and must give her my undivided attention. I'll be seeing you soon. Thank you for the entertainment. Well, thank you so much, sir, for coming in. Insulated unit, always greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. And also you can watch and catch up with other videos and podcasts and news on my YouTube channel. Everything is archived there, so just click on the panel that's directing you there, and you'll be able to access everything that we have been doing here recently and in the past. So thank you for coming, and thank you for being a dedicated community member. Coming back to what I was describing, now I was struck. What was I saying? Well, I have to get back to it at a time. Suddenly, my thoughts went the other way. Yeah, it was about the female gamers who were attending the World Championship, and they said how incredibly important it was to be training hard, but having breaks, being properly hydrated, being properly nourished, and leading a regular lifestyle, which was including all of the activities outside of the actual game experience. So, that's fundamental to any form of success. And those people who are hammering it day and night, they're doing it the wrong way. I personally had experienced sometimes longer stretches when I did PvPs like Apex, PUBG, or Warzone in recent years, and I guess it's connected to the desire of some people to carry on, although you personally do not want to be taking part in any more matches. And you've got to be very disciplined. You have got to be absolutely focused on the fact that there is this beginning and then there is the end, and you do not do anything outside of that. Whatever you achieve then is as it is, and then you come back to it at another time, be it another day, another week, another month, or later in the day. But you have got to be allowing that space for other activities, and you need to keep yourself like fully active on every level. It's funny because I remember years back when I was training as a clinician, one of my teachers said, what's important is you need to learn the theory, and you need to obviously observe everything in practice. What's most important is that you read all other books which are not connected to the core of the theory. And I thought that was really significant, because by expanding on your general knowledge, by connecting the human mind from, let's say, the world of psychobiology to other ways, the ways to which mind manifests itself, like in art, in science, in sports, in other activities, in human relationships, you are then having a greater open perspective on everything which is connected to the way we operate. And it's extremely important, like for the gamers, I'd say being able to enjoy a normal life, like an athlete or top-notch footballer, like, I don't know, Mbappe or Ronaldo. They have a regular routine But that routine incorporates healthy living, incorporates good night's sleep, it incorporates certain kinds of meals and breaks, as well as a very structured way to which they train. You know, their training begins and ends, and they come back to it. You can't be just running around all the time, 24/7. You're going to be losing your ability to walk. You won't be able to perform. You see what I mean? Even Pep Guardiola, the other day I watched him after the game with Chelsea, that he's at Manchester City head coach. He, let me see what's happening in here. We got somebody who joined us. Okay. I think my list there is probably left open. All right. He said that the pressure that was applied on his boys, you know, the players, was far too great in recent weeks due to the way the schedule worked with international matches. That was the Champions League, then the cup matches at home, then the Premiership matches, etc. Too many games, one after another. And he said it was unbelievable that people could still walk. And that's not the way to do it. That's absolutely wrong. And therefore, lots of footballers and sportsmen today suffer from all sorts of health problems because they're totally exhausted. So coming back to my point, like what our friend said, insulated unit, it has got to be done moderately, right? So you have got a structure which is applied. So, you know, that is the way to run your healthy living and to provide you with ethical gaming. What's ethical gaming? Well, it's participating in live online communities where you're polite, attentive, and kind. That's all there is.
The Vex still
You do not do
mourns
things to
loss of
others
Sister
which you wouldn't like to have done to you.
Time is relative.
Our friend said, thank you for the entertainment. My pleasure, sir. Look forward to seeing you back here again,
When a powerful part of the network
either
is
here
lost,
or on the
the restorative
podcast or
mind
indeed
is sunk.
the news bulletins.
It
So
has
thank you
begun
for coming
creating
and thank you
a
for saying
bridge
hello.
through time. A bridge that, if it is not destroyed, will see the Nexus mind reborn.
Right, one more strike and then we'll call it a day. Today is a very short stream. This is a test stream I'm doing on my PlayStation 5 together with everything else I've done on my PC. And from tomorrow we'll have our usual full-blown streams.
A series of concentric barriers around the bridge site.
They protect the time bridge and seek to undo what we have done.
I have to go swimming. In view of my sciatica, swimming is absolutely fundamental. You know, I simply cannot miss it. And I should not miss it. So a bit of entertainment for everyone. As I said, it's just the extension of my tests and everything I've done today with my news bulletin and also the podcast that was being delivered in a different format. Missing it. I don't have the right weapon in there, must admit. This is still the leftover from the last mission.
Guardian down.
Yeah, I'll come now. I'll revive you. Just bear with me a second. There we are. All of those are gone, I think. Hopefully. Dark Agent is there. Hello. Okay. Carry on. You guys playing Destiny 2 at all? The guys who are watching? Quite curious. Because I talked a lot earlier today, about the changes which are coming our way with the final shape. So I'm just wondering whether you're excited, or whether you are delighted, or perhaps not that keen, you know. I need to change that weapon. I don't want to be doing it with my Galahorn. I want that Dark Drinker back. There we are.
Guardian down.
Feeling a lot better already. Yes, I want to hear from you. I want to hear whether... Hang on a minute. Ah, stand there. They're hard to kill, aren't they? No, I need to help our friend.
The Vex must be
Oh,
destroyed,
come
of
on, that's
course.
ridiculous.
If only we could dismantle them.
Don't know what killed me.
From them.
Our friend says, I'm rusty. Yeah, but you know, it's alright. It's all good. Everyone becomes, you know, somewhat rusty if they're not playing the game all the time. And I popped into Apex the other day. And I played like very many matches of Apex for, you know, a couple of years. And I really felt rusty. But as you step in, you sort of adapt to the circumstance and you really cotton on, you know, you do. There we are, that's finished. Ah, so I got some ammunition for my sword. Well, that's good. Hang on a minute. Must not miss my swimming tonight, so let's just finish this strike ASAP. Our friend likes a shotgun, which is quite good. Alrighty. I hate that boss, but for that boss I'll need my Galahorn yet again. Okay. Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, I agree. I'll try to race it there. And then spearhead the Affadale. What is this? Don't know what's hitting from behind. Oh, the sniper, look at that. I didn't say the sniper. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll respawn shortly, so that should be all good. Right, okay. But this time, I'll destroy this thing. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I'll get away. Yeah, we need a good rocket launcher for that.
The Nexus mind must have been a vital resource.
Just doing the ads
The very appearance of the restorative
swiftly
mind
as possible.
means we have the Vex off balance. Press the advantage, Guardian.
Alright. Well, that was me. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I'm here. Just let me just change to Galahorn. And then I'll pick up some heavy ammunition in here. That's it. Cool. All good. You know, so many people still tell us that the activities here in the original game are so much superior to the sequel. I don't know. I think the sequel is providing us with such variety.
And the restorative mind.
And I love it too. I don't really like those massive big grinds. Yeah, that's all done and dusted.
That capacitor just
Polished
lit up.
off, and let's
You
just
know
get
what
rid
to
of
do.
that boss. 6 rockets, so that should be good.
That got its attention.
Okay, so that's gone. Oh yeah, we're doing good. He's already down to like 20%. Yeah. And the boss is gone. That's really cool. This was a really rapid reaction for us. We really
The mirror of time stands
destroyed the
old,
boss so quickly, so that's really...
reflections of the past shimmer as starlight.
hang on,
If
we're
the
dancing a
mind
bit
had
in here.
succeeded, Venus may have gone the way of Mercury. Thanks to you, Venus shall stay in perfect living.
Yeah, I don't actually want any loot from here, basically. Thanks to our friend Shinobi for joining us. Not seen you for a little while. Good to see our old community members popping in and saying hello. Well, this was a very brief Destiny stream. A bit of a, well, like an extended test, and given to everyone in addition to our news bulletin and podcast. So if you're interested, go and have a look on YouTube or Twitch and have a look what we've been doing earlier today. Tomorrow we'll have a better, longer, bigger stream that will combine Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. You will know from my podcast that tomorrow brand new massive big activity called Pantheon starts in Destiny 2, and everyone is hotly anticipating it, so we really want to try it and see what it's like. I think it's tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon in Britain that we'll be able to access it, so you know, we play it by ear and we'll make sure that indeed we get there. I need to depart. I need to say to our friend because I need to go swimming. So I thank our friend Shinobi for coming in and helping us out. That's been really good. And yeah, so that is what we'll do tomorrow. And that's the plan. They'll have their reset at some point, and then I think it's 5 o'clock p.m. And then I'm not sure if we can access it already at 6. If that's the case, we'll crack on for a couple of hours in order to get some first-hand experience of that Pantheon. If not, then we'll obviously hammer it on Wednesday. So thank you for coming in. It's been great to see some of our old community members immediately joining us and providing us with some feedback and some comments and views. Always great to see you. Just remember, we are supporting the Mind charity based in the UK, and I would like to ask everyone to just read a bit about the charity, and also if you're in position to donate, please do contribute. Every small donation will help, and it will change somebody's life. It will save somebody's life. So if you're interested, go to my About page, and the panel's in there. Click on the panel, you get the link that takes to Tiltify, and the fundraising campaign is run from there. So like I said before, please subscribe, support, donate, and then help our charities. On that note, I shall wish you all a very good night, and thank you for coming. And then I shall see you all tomorrow. Take care.